Alright guys, so today the first figure I want to get into is the Venomized Captain America, and there you see the very cool Captain America shield, and a lot of that symbiote on the shield. You can tell that the symbiote is coming out, and one thing that I really like about the shield is how the symbiote actually comes out in the star. You can tell that the star there kind of has like some ridges there, a couple, looks like almost like teeth like on the star. Of course, the symbiote is bonded to Captain America here, and you get a better glimpse even in the actual outfit. You see the star there, and then you get a little feel, almost like that Venom feel on the bottom, because the top half is the star, and then in the bottom you get more of a Venom feel. I like what they did with the star. I like how they made the star pop out, and it's even more noticeable in the actual back, which I'm going to show you guys in a couple of minutes. But if you're looking at the head sculpt, there you see the Venomized Captain America, and of course you get that Captain America feel because the A is on the very top of the head sculpt. And then of course you get kind of like those wings on the side of the head sculpt going directly into the eyes. There you see the wings going into the eyes, those venomized eyes of the Venomized Captain America. And also one thing that I noticed is how they made the teeth. Of course, Venom wouldn't be Venom unless, of course, he's sticking out his tongue. And the head sculpt, not bad. I really like the head sculpt. I like the fact that they brought out this head sculpt, and of course you see a little bit more of the gum line there and the teeth, and then that pointy tongue hanging out. So like what they did, I get a little bit of that feel in the actual color scale. When you're looking at it, you get that dark Venom vibe, but then you get a little bit of that Captain America vibe. When you look at the shoulders there, you get a little bit of that blue, almost to show like you see the scales there, and you get that feel on that upper shoulder of that Captain America. And then of course the white and blue just gives you more of that Captain America feel. There you can see a little bit more of the shield and the symbiote taking over. In the back, one thing I noticed about the back is that the star pops out even more. You can tell there that the star is popping out more, and then you see the star kind of like that black going into that star. So you see that the symbiote has taken over the Captain America. And then, like I said, on the upper shoulder on the other side as well, you get more of that Captain America, kind of like that royal blue. And then you have some gloves with the very cool symbiote hands there, those sharp razor edge hands that you see. So just wanted to show you guys what that looks like. I think the figure is pretty cool. I wish they would have given him maybe a Steve Rogers head sculpt, where like you can see like the Steve Rogers head sculpt and the Venom kind of like going up to kind of like show that it's Steve Rogers, you know. This looks more just like a Venom head sculpt to me, but like I said, not bad at all. I actually like the fact that they came out with a Venomized Captain America. But what I'm talking about is, like, for instance, in my Marvel Select Venom that you see over here, guys, you see how the symbiote is taking over Eddie Brock. So you can tell that the symbiote has taken over. And so, of course, you get that absolute carnage that you see there. Ben Reilly, of course, also was infected by the symbiote, Ben Reilly. And, of course, there you have Agent Venom. So this is pretty much like a planet of symbiotes. And we're going to get into GhostSpider in a couple of minutes, and Phage. And I'm going to talk a little bit about Phage because a lot of people don't know about Phage. So I want to get into that in a couple of minutes. But this is the newest Venomized Captain America, and not a bad job at all. Wanted to show you guys real quick the pattern there. Of course, you see a solid black, and you see a little bit of the padding on the knees, and then you get that Captain America feel on the boots, if you notice. So for the bottom half, you get more of a Captain America vibe, But already on that top portion, of course, you see more of that Venomized Captain America. So I just wanted to show you guys what that looks like. And I love the fact of what they did with the shield. They did something different, and that is a nice touch to the Venomized Captain America, where you can actually see the symbiote taking over that shield. So like the figure a lot. Just wish they could have came with maybe a couple of interchangeable pieces, maybe some interchangeable hands, and an interchangeable Steve Rogers head sculpt being Venomized. So that's really what I wanted. But aside from that, the figure is pretty cool. And this is the Venomized Captain America by Marvel Legends Hasbro. Alright guys, so the next figure I want to get into is Phage, and of course here you can see a real cool look to Phage. Phage almost gives you guys probably a Scream vibe, and for those of you that don't know, Phage is also an experiment, symbiote experiment by the Life Foundation. When they actually kidnapped Eddie Brock, they made 5 different symbiotes: Lasher, Phage, Scream, Agony, and Riot. So these were a couple of the symbiotes that they created, and Phage was definitely one of them. So I want to go ahead and get into this figure real quick. There you see the cool head sculpt and the realistic teeth. I really wanted to see an interchangeable head sculpt for Phage, something more vicious, maybe with the tongue sticking out. But not bad at all, like this figure. And of course, here on the very top, you can see that the black is right around the eyes. And then on the center of that head sculpt there, you get a little bit more of that gold color there on the very top of that forehead. And of course, that black lining around the white eyes just looks really cool. And then here, you notice on the body, you see a little bit more of that black running down that gold. Of course, the symbiote is taking over. You can tell right on the top of the shoulders there, you get more of that symbiote feel. That black there coming out of the shoulders. And you see it on the opposite side as well. And then, of course, the weapon that he came with, just a really nice touch, like the sharp weapon that he came with, almost that blade-like weapon. And you can tell the symbiote is going up on that weapon there. So one thing about symbiotes is that they can make their own weapons. Obviously, Carnage does it a lot. So he makes all different types of shaping weapons and so forth. And then here, if you notice, you get kind of like that razor-like symbiote there coming out of the forearm. And you get that same vibe on the bottom of the boots as well, where you can see kind of like those razor edge symbiote, kind of like almost blades coming out of the boot. So just wanted to show that off. And then, of course, there's that interchangeable hand. Of course, I'd rather keep him with his weapon. It just looks really neat. And I like the fact that on the weapon, they gave it like that symbiote black. But then they went ahead and put a little bit of that gold there on the blade. So it just gives it that cool touch. And there you get a better look at that head sculpt there on the side. So just wanted to show you a little bit more of that head sculpt. And then in the back, you get more of the symbiote taking over there on the very back. So it's just a really nice touch to this Phage. Of course, Phage gives you a lot of that Scream feel, like I was saying. And just another cool symbiote. I hope that they drop that group that was formed by the Life Foundation, which was, obviously, we already have Phage, we have Scream, so we would need Lasher, we would need Agony and Riot. So once they drop, at least I hope that if they do drop Riot, they drop him as a Build-A-Figure and make him massive, or like what they did for Toxin and what they did for Monster Venom. You know, I want to see like a massive Riot. So hopefully they will drop some of these symbiotes. We already have 2 that can form that group, one being Phage. And of course, there you see my Scream figure there. Just wanted to show that off. And of course, there you see a couple of my Venoms. That's my Venom over there. And then, of course, my Space Venom Build-A-Figure. And then here you have Gwen Stacy. And we're going to be getting into that Spider-Ghost in a couple of minutes. This is Marvel Legends Phage from the Venom Pool Build-A-Figure series. And there you see the very cool symbiote Phage. Alright guys, so the next figure I want to get into is GhostSpider, also known as Spider-Gwen. And here you have a really cool shot of this head sculpt. Wanted to go ahead and show you. You get almost like that Spider-Man look there on the inside of the head sculpt. And of course there you see that pink lining around the white in the eyes. And that navy blue solid, almost that solid navy blue that you see there. And the main outfit gives you almost like a Venom vibe to the actual scale that we're looking at. But one thing that really does it for me is the actual hoodie. The hoodie to this figure, of course, there you see that pink lining and then the white kind of like teeth coming out of the hoodie. And if you notice, the tongue goes all the way down. It extends all the way down to the very bottom, and just a cool look because it's coming from that hoodie, and you get a little bit of the teeth there. On the center, you see some more teeth, and on the very top of that hoodie, you get a couple more teeth. And then, of course, she comes with a really tough jacket. If you notice that half-cut jacket that you see there gives you that Venom vibe as well. And then you get a little bit of those spikes on the upper shoulder. And then, of course, that back, you can tell almost like a Venom feel to the color scale. And then here, a couple more spikes on that shoulder there. So just wanted to go ahead and show that off. And then definitely in the hands, you get almost like that Venom vibe. Same thing with the actual forearms. The forearms, of course, they extend that white kind of like symbiote taking over. And you see the same thing on the other side as well. So not bad at all. Really like this figure. One thing that I also like is what they did. Of course, here you see kind of like the shoes she normally wears. She has like that, almost like that aqua green. And you see kind of like that razor claw coming out of the center of the foot. So you know Gwen Stacy is being venomized. One thing that I wish they could have done with this figure is, of course, use the Gwen Stacy head sculpt that you see there. If they would have used that head sculpt, it probably would have looked cool if they would have venomized it. Kind of like the symbiote going into the head sculpt. Same thing with the Captain America that I was talking about. But of course, this is Spider-Gwen that you see there. And of course, there's a cool scene right there. Just wanted to show you a couple of the symbiotes. And of course, this Gwen Stacy, not bad at all. Of course, you can definitely interchange the head sculpt. So if you wanted to go ahead and put that Gwen Stacy head sculpt, you can go ahead and do that as well. And of course, if you ever wanted to customize, you could probably do that also. So just wanted to show you what this Spider-Gwen looks like. This is the GhostSpider from the Venom Pool Build-A-Figure Wave by Marvel Legends Hasbro. Alright guys, just wanted to show you real quick how the GhostSpider looks with the Stacy Gwen head sculpt that you see there. Of course, what I was trying to mention is that it would have looked nice if they would have taken this head sculpt and venomized a little bit of that Stacy Gwen, maybe adding some of that black symbiote going up the neck into the face, you know, something different. But of course, nevertheless, this head sculpt fits on this scale perfectly. So if you guys want to switch up and put the Stacy Gwen head sculpt, you can go ahead and do that on the GhostSpider from the Venom Pool BAF Wave. Alright guys, so I hope you enjoyed this video on Phage and GhostSpider from the Venom Pool BAF Wave, and of course the Venomized Captain America that you see there. So please subscribe, hit that bell for the next notification, and definitely hit us with a like. I'm G Infinite. Peace out, YouTube.